Hello. Oops. Oh, I meant to take care of that before. Oh well. I'm starting quite late. Yeah, we're playing the Kirby's Return to Dreamland and talking about Kirby Air Riders. So yeah. Which by the way, I still don't have a Switch 2, so if that's some kind of deal breaker for you about this, like because I said I was refusing to get a Switch 2 earlier, well, there you go. I still don't have one. I'm just like super hyped for this game if I ever do get one. It's a little complicated, but anyways, yeah. I didn't get music. Let me just pull up. Well, this is. I know it. I know it can work for this. Julio! I forgot I went into this. What is happening? Whoopsies! Turn that back on. Alright. I did not change the game yet. Whoopsie daisies. Let me do that. Yeah. Julio. Today we're playing Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Got my hat, but that's okay. You can look at my hair. And while we're playing Kirby's Return to Dreamland, we're discussing the Kirby Air Riders direct that just happened. And by just happened, I mean it actually happened at like 8 a.m. and it is now 12 hours later. And also, I should have started like a long time ago, but we're making do. Hopefully. Yeah, we're way further behind than I want it to be. Yeah, I was still taking a few notes about stuff that I didn't really quite catch this morning, about like the game modes and all that. Yeah, I'm otherwise going pretty well off memory, and yeah, I'm gonna see how that goes, but yeah. Hiya! By the way, I like Kirby so much. The Kirby case. I have a Kirby Switch case. Yes, I really like Kirby, by the way. I believe it is my favorite Nintendo series. Splatoon is pretty dang well up there, but I don't know. Splatoon 3 is definitely my favorite game. But game series, not so sure Splatoon goes over Kirby. Kirby, I feel like, is consistent. You know what you're getting, and it's just nice. It's nice to have that. Anyways, I've got to let me window this projector and all that stuff. Yeah. So. Anyways. So the Kirby Air Riders Direct happened earlier this morning, and I'm just gonna say I'm hyped for this game. I can't just like buy it yet though because I don't own the Switch 2. So unfortunately, it's like the one game that's really making me want to get over the price hurdle that is the Switch 2 itself. The other games, no, they were not enough. Most of them were not enough at all. But then there was like the Donkey Kong Bonanza. That was close. The thing is, it's a single player game. It's not really going to mean much to me in the long run. It's just gonna be like play it once and you're done. That's not worth getting a whole new $450 system for. Oh my gosh, I'm only at 8%. Well, at least story mode is 23%. That's something, I guess. But yeah, and as for I'm gonna change this mask because that is disturbing to me. What? You earn the following items: Crackler. I would like to dress up as Marks, but I don't really feel like dressing up as any of these people. Okay, I guess it's okay. It's kind of cute. Meh. All right, fine, fine. I got. Get. Hello, Mr. Burton. Yep. What? What in the world? Anyways, so yeah, I'm currently at Waddle Dee, so I'm gonna make Waddle Dee noises apparently. So yeah, as for Kirby's Return to Dreamland, I'm actually playing it for the first time. I'm just continuing. I'm not. I'm. Yeah, I'm just continuing. This appears to be part 3 that I'm playing it on. But yeah, this is my first time This is my first time playthrough. My first playthrough. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, as for... Yeah. So I'm a huge Kirby fan. But yeah, I missed out on the Wii. I was a handheld fellow. Which had nothing to do with Pokemon, in case you might be curious. Oh, I thought that was going to give me a bomb, but okay. Hey, you're in Kirby Air Riders. You're a rider. Anyways, as is Waddle Dee and Bandana Dee. For some reason, we get both. I don't know why. I'll be honest, I was very surprised by that. But that was something that was announced today. Anyways, ow. Ah, yes, you get the generic enemy with a bandana, and you also get the generic enemy itself. Yeah, personally, I prefer the 2D Kirby's over the 3D, but that's hardly relevant to the discussion we're supposed to be having. It's just a thing. I could say. See, I think I'm supposed to be doing like a little bit more. Right, I think I can. Crystal cards on. Yeah, I've heard good things. I've wanted to play that game, but I just haven't gone around to it. One of those games that I'll be playing with as on these Throwback Thursdays, because I'm playing either retro or nostalgic games. In a way, this is both. Like, I remember seeing commercials for Return to Dreamland, but I didn't really realize anything about the game. I didn't realize that's what I was looking at. I didn't have a Wii, so, you know, it was just, hey, Kirby commercial, but it just was Return to Dreamland. I believe I remember the, Scarfy is also in Air Riders, by the way, but yeah, I didn't remember anything in particular about it, but I do believe it had the mega abilities shown, like this game is known for. It has like ultra abilities. I don't know what they call it. I'll find out eventually. Whenever I see some glowing creature, guess I'll be using that. But yeah, basically Kirby games are just like an easy breezy option. But Air Riders, it's just something different entirely. Like I'm kind of excited about its racing. It's kind of like Mario Kart, but genuinely, there's way more there than just Kirby Kart. Like, the main mode I want to talk about is actually called City Trials, and that's more like a party mode. You know, classic Super Smash Bros. You can't just have a fighting game, you gotta have this other mode. What is this? Okay, wasn't anything particularly important over there. From what I saw. Anyways. Yeah, the City Trial mode is not racing so much as you're collecting stats. If you played Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS, which I'm pretty sure you didn't, Mr. Burton. I'm pretty sure you haven't. I think I've asked you before, and you haven't really played any Super Smash Bros. Is that right? Is that correct? Or maybe Super Smash Bros. Brawl? Maybe. Okay, so no, none of them. Okay. But yeah, on the 3DS, there was a mode called Smash Run, and that was pretty clearly based on the mode in Air Ride called City Trial, and basically you power yourself up, and then you're going to get into game modes at the end called Stadiums. And so the majority of the game mode is going to be taking place on one island where you're trying to pick up stats to build up your machine for the stadiums. So it's like, I don't know, it's like a movie, maybe. You have this whole part where you have the build up, and then you ramp up to the end, and it just makes the end mean all that much more because you built up this machine to get up there. This is not how Twister usually works. Huh. Twister has a little bit more ability than this game. Than in other games that I've played. Including Star Allies, which is weird. Huh. Anyways, sorry, I'm just switching between discussing the game I'm playing and the game that got details today. But yeah. City Trial looks super fun. Smash Run was pretty fun, but that Smash Run was a single-player game mode, I think. I don't think there was a way to play multiplayer. Maybe if you had multiple systems with the game. Like you had to have separate copies of the game and separate systems. Then maybe it could be multiplayer? I really don't know. I never did that. If it was an option, I never did it. But City Trial is multiplayer, and it sounds like split screen is basically confirmed for the game. It wasn't very clearly confirmed in the first or second directs. It was just sort of pointed out that the original Air Ride was known for using the split screen. And then they started talking about like what Switch 2 allows. It allows online. It allows playing with other Switch 2s with download play. I don't think you can download play to a Switch 1 like you can in Donkey Kong Bonanza. In case you didn't know that, by the way. In Donkey Kong Bonanza, you can do the co-op game mode with Pauline by using Game Share to a Switch 1. It's kind of crazy. It's a Switch 2 game, but they allow that. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the exception, given that this game doesn't allow that. Oh yeah, it has a co-op game mode. It's not that amazing. Like, all I know about is that Pauline can shoot projectiles, and so that'd be what Player 2 does. So there's not much to write home about, but it's something. And it being able to connect to Switch 1 is very helpful to be able to like game share to a Switch 1, and you don't need 2 copies of the game and all that. Yeah, the Donkey Kong Bonanza looks amazing. Like, if that was like the first game that really got me thinking, oh, I kind of want to Switch 2, but like, it's just like, but it's a single player game, it's a single player story driven game. Most likely I'm only going to play it like once. And, well, not one session, but I'll play through the game once, the game story, and then I'll just drop it. And they announced DLC, but it could have been free DLC, like Luigi's Balloon World and Mushroom Kingdom in Super Mario Odyssey. That's basically what it was, what the Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC amounts to. It's like if they made Mushroom Kingdom and the Luigi's Balloon World DLC in Super Mario Odyssey. Buy our game. Now buy more of... Yes. Buy more of game for $20. Like, I feel like the only way you can justify that is if you think Donkey Kong Bonanza might actually be worth $80. Like, if you dare say that. But now after seeing Kirby Air Riders, I really feel like, oh, is Donkey Kong Bonanza worth $80 actually? Maybe my detection of what this game is worth is actually just completely ruined by Nintendo. My psychology has been ruined because I got used to Nintendo's overpricing. Okay, this cannot do anything to that. You kind of expect it to. Wait. Okay, so there's gonna be an ability here soon. There it is. Get in my belly! Oh, right. I'm supposed to actually get close. Whee! So yeah, basically, Kirby games are just having fun being overpowered. Until you get Kirby Air Riders, which is suddenly racing. Or City Trial actually is the main thing, as I already said, but... yeah. So that's... I've described City Trial... Oh no, you can fall off your leg. It's such a hard game. Hard game. Please forgive. It's totally not that I just played terribly just right there. Yeah. So City Trial is like a party mode. Basically playing Smash with items. I guess it's like a barrel of that. You just suddenly it's a party game instead of a fighting game. It really doesn't become about any competitive fighting anymore. Let's do the items. But yeah, the actual main racing mode is actually called Air Ride, I think, and that mode basically is Mario Kart but Kirby. It just is. The only difference, but there are a few differences, like, oh, okay, I almost messed that up again. The only difference is the controls, mainly. Oh my gosh, I tried to press B there, it didn't work. But yeah, you only have 2 buttons. You still have the joysticks, but you only have 2 buttons in Kirby Air Riders. It sounds bad. And I can't really defend it right now. I don't know how it feels. You'd have to ask people who played the original Air Ride how that felt, but... amongst everything else, I'm not too concerned. Like, at least the game feels well worth the price, because it had a bunch of game modes, and a bunch of gameplay variety. So, you just have this, Kirby Racing Mode. And another thing now, it's a lot less, like, it sounds less, like, competitive and always the same as, like, Mario Kart. Like, when I play Mario Kart, it feels like, okay, this is, we're racing. It feels much more skill-based than it sounds like, Kirby Air Riders is going to be. But maybe that's just me speculating. Maybe it could be very competitive. The mechanics get wild. You can... Every fighter, not just Kirby, can use the copy abilities, like the one I'm using right now, except not really this one. But they can use... They can all use copy abilities. And that adds to the gameplay. There's enemies that you, like, inhale or pull in with your tongue or whatever your specific character does. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I have a lot of lives to eat through, so this is fine. I am just getting wrecked by my own stupidity right now. Maybe I could try to pay attention to the game a little bit. Sleep does not have any helpfulness. And now this is all over here, but I died and lost the ability, so... Rest in peace. Right, you give, like, an ability. Yeah, I think this ability is exclusive to the deluxe version of this game. What does this ability do? And yeah, see, this one has just a bunch of listed attacks, so you can tap B, you can press and hold B. Hold B even longer. Hold B extra long, and then hold charge storage. So, while using Shock Knuckle, dash plus B, and then down B, and then during Shock Knuckle, down B plus hold B, then release. Fireball mortars. A in midair. Down B in midair. Oh my gosh. B while using battery blaster. Faster blaster. B right after being attacked while guarding. See, it just has a bunch of abilities. That's the thing about the 2D. That's why I like 2D more. Because you get to just have all these abilities. I didn't even catch what that said. B near an enemy. Be repeatedly near an enemy. And then we have... I think it's just stored. And I don't even use it. And then we have this little minigame. Whee! Yeah. There's not much to say about Kirby Air Ride, to be honest. But there's a lot of gameplay variety due to different riders having different abilities, and there's different machines you can use that just play completely. That can play pretty differently. It's not just stats-wise. It's literally they can change the way you play entirely. And so there's just a lot of different ways you can play each game of Air Ride, even Air Ride, to where it still feels different from Mario Kart, I think. But the current Mario Kart, yeah, there's something to that, but there's always going to be like meta tricks you can do, like Mario Kart World. Sure, there's a lot of gameplay variety, but technically, You could technically just do tricks all over the place, but if you want to win, you'll be trying to do meta. Meanwhile, in Kirby Air Riders, there's a lot of variables. It'll be harder for a meta to be determined, I feel. Not that it won't be determined, but it feels like, I don't know, you won't be able to just get a guide and do it without just blatantly using a specific machine with a specific rider, and at that point, you're ruining the game for yourself. It's not just you're playing badly just to have gameplay variety. You are specifically playing the meta choices, and so now you're just playing with a bunch of people playing the same stuff, which happens in Mario Kart, by the way, just for stats. Just for stats. And I don't know. I feel like it'd be more fun to beat people who are trying to play that meta using something else than trying to beat people who are just being stat mongers and it's not even like changing their gameplay at all. It's just, yeah, meta. Clearly, having the meta stats will help me win. That's all that matters in this game. I may just also be bad at Mario Kart, by the way. I may just be bad at Mario Kart, so I don't care as much for it as other people will. Meow. Yeah, beyond that, this Kirby Air Riders does have a big game mode that the original Air Rides did not have. And that one is called Road Trip, apparently. And it's basically like a story mode, but in reality, it plays more like classic mode in Super Smash Bros. Than it does like World of Light. I think. Every rider has a different one, I think. And yeah, all that. I could probably take this just a guess, but they're probably gonna make it a thing. Called it. I have gained Kirby instincts. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be looking for these gears. Haven't really been looking that hard. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Road Trip is basically like classic mode, and to be honest, in Smash Ultimate, I just forgot about classic mode. I think having the World of Light kind of took my attention away from classic mode. Like, at that point, it was just once I remembered it, it was just like, man, I'm kind of Smash Bros out. I don't really care to be playing more single player Smash Bros, you know. In the end, it's more of a multiplayer game, and Sakurai might have been kind of right to not really put a story mode in Super Smash Bros. 4. But World of Light was pretty cool, so I don't know. I'm both glad he did it, and also classic mode kind of lost its meaning. I don't know how much I played classic mode in. I don't remember how much I played that in Smash 4 either, though, so I don't know. Maybe I just don't care for classic mode. Do not need to look at stuff for this one because I basically know all of it. What? Huh? Do you guys have an ability? Wait, spears in this game? I feel like I said this last time. I love spear. It was in Triple Deluxe as well. Then it was gone from Planet Robobot, I think. Star Allies brought in Staff, which was kind of like Spear, but it also was not Spear. Yeah, the big fun thing with this ability is that you can do a helicopter, but anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna get to show that here because we're in the water. Here we go. Yeah, spear is fun. Oops, I missed something down there. Oh well. And then we just randomly get this boot thing. Kirby's just weird. You just get to do a bunch of random stuff. This is Kirby. It's also been a long while since Sakurai worked on a Kirby game, so there's also just that, which is cool about this whole thing. But it's also working on Kirby Air, sequel to Kirby Air Ride, which was from all the way back on the GameCube. It's been quite a few years. Ow! Okay, I kinda didn't realize that was an issue. I now no longer have Spear. Rest in peace. Yeah, so the road trip, I don't know, it has little challenges. I just forgot that, like, the person here hasn't played Super Smash Bros. Game, so it's not going to help to compare it to classic mode. But anyways, so it basically gives you challenges, and you can upgrade your vehicle. And then there's like a final boss. I only barely got in there. This door. I'm not sure that this game audio is coming out. Like the music and everything. Oh yeah, another thing that Sakurai confirmed this last direct is that, like, He said he's not planning on making it a series, and he's put the whole game there on release. There will be no DLC planned. Which is kind of intimidating too, because it means that, like, if you want some improvements, you know that they're not coming. But it does also mean that maybe he's working immediately on something else, and that's cool. Maybe he's probably working on the next Smash Bros. Or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch 2 edition or something, whatever. It could be neat if he is, but also, man, nickel and diming you for everything, I guess. I mean, I don't know, it would be cool. It would be particularly cool to see Super Smash Bros. Get a Switch 2 edition. Especially if their online is better. For some reason, like, the Switch 2 came out, and then all of a sudden, the Mario Party online, the Mario Party Jamboree Online just kind of stopped sucking. I don't know what that was about, but okay. You couldn't have just, like, you know, had it good in the first place? Like, I was playing on a Switch 1, and the online was just better. I don't get it. Maybe the person hosting had a Switch 2, maybe that's the difference. I don't know. So maybe online will be better on the Switch 2, for some reason. Oh yeah, I somehow got all the gears. Oh look, someone's playing Pokemon ZA. I don't plan to get that game. Initially I thought I would want it, but nope. They're kinda nickel and diming you way too much. It's the only game, the Switch 2 edition, that just improves the graphics and performance. Does nothing else, adds nothing else, graphics and performance. Give us $10. We're gonna make your game look like how it should anyways. $10. As someone said, we're gonna make this game that looks like Nintendo 64 graphics or something like that. I don't know. They said like Nintendo GameCube graphics. We're gonna make it look like Nintendo Wii graphics. $10. Yes, here's a tutorial for the Switch. Yeah, I see like Whip Challenge unlocked, the 30 spheres. Yeah, I don't know what the heck they were thinking with Welcome Tour. I guess they were thinking, hey, we did the work to make this game. Clearly it has to cost money. We can't just... The money is the Switch 2. Like, you can just get people buying the Switch 2 itself. Nah. We gotta pay... Give us $10 for this Nintendo Switch 2 ad. You could be paying me to play this game, because it's just an advertisement for your Switch 2. But now, you're gonna make me pay $10, okay. I call it the glorified Switch 2 ad. The glorified playable Switch 2 ad. It's also pretty dang biased. And it sounds like the whole graphics thing that was big about Switch 2, yeah, it's mainly going to affect the Switch 1 games. And the Switch 2 games are going to run about as well as the Switch 1 games did on Switch 1. So, yeah, let's Let's give you this whole $10 game to show you all this stuff that it can do. But that's on Switch 1 games. On the Switch 2 games, they're going to still run 30 FPS and all that fun stuff. Like, I hear, like, the Dynasty Warriors game that's about to come out on it is going to run at 30 FPS. Hopefully it can at least, like, not have super FPS drops. That would be nice. Because Hyrule Warriors face those a lot. I mean, I don't know how much I care about that anyways, as long as it's not egregiously, like, I can't get in an area without just being super choppy. Ouch. Like, I had a terrible experience trying to play Craftopia on my old computer. On my previous computer. I'm not really sure this computer will be much better. I'll have to be like 90. Yeah, it is overpriced. It just is overpriced. And it's just an upgrade to the Switch 2. To the Switch 1. It's iterative versus Nintendo's old philosophies on being innovative. We cannot keep playing. We cannot keep just iterating on the old console. We have to actually make it new. That was stuff that, like, President Iwata said. And then they come out with Switch 2. To be fair, Iwata hasn't had any hands on this system. It's like the first system Iwata hasn't had any hands in, I imagine. I think he had at least a little bit of hand in the Nintendo Switch. He didn't get to see it come out, but he had a little bit of a hands in its creation. And so the moment that he's out of the picture, well, now we're just gonna be iterative again. Clearly, Iwata was wrong the whole time. But, you know, it makes sense in this instance. It just sort of sucks how much they made it cost. It's just... You couldn't at least give us a little bit of leeway. Oh, and the Welcome Tour... Yeah. Wii Sports being free and Welcome Tour not being free is crazy. Crazy. Now, Wii Sports was not free in Japan, I think. I think it was not free in Japan. It was only an America thing. It was Reggie's idea. So it still cost money. And... Ow. In Japan. It was also Reggie's idea to pair, like, a Wii remote with, Wii Play or something like that. If Reggie were still here, I am pretty confident that Welcome Tour would not be $10. But I don't know. He may have lost his say after Iwata passed. Because apparently, Reggie isn't actually a CEO of America. He's a COO. And we only just got a new CEO for Nintendo of America. Or we'll get it at the end of the month. Something like that. Yeah. What is this? What? Why do I have this box? Pikmin! What do you mean that's not Pikmin? Mondo. Yeah, if it weren't for Kirby Air Riders, I would not even be like at all considering Switch 2. I was thinking about getting a new 3DS with a capture card so that I could stream my 3DS games, and I still think I'm going to prioritize that over getting the Switch 2. At least on principle. Because, like, it's just... It's just mad how greedy Nintendo is being, and it does not stop. It never stops. Sakurai does not count. He's not just a direct Nintendo employee. So his series are free from it because he doesn't work straight for Nintendo. He's just sort of taking some orders from them, and clearly he's left a few behind, probably. Middle one? Right. Left. Left. I don't really know. Oh. Well, I think I messed it up. No! I didn't know I was supposed to play that game. Look, he's holding a fish. I'd say and only show it for like a second. Oh, there's nothing over here. I can put this down here. Yeah, it's... Sakurai made it... Well, Sakurai and his team are the ones who made it pretty dang hard decision to just try to decide between getting a new 3DS with a capture card versus getting a Switch 2 and Kirby Air Riders. The new 3DS have online play, only if you get custom firmware. Yes, the 3DS online play got shut down. At least officially. I would just like not be bothering with the 3DS online, I guess. I don't really need to bother with that. personally. Online, the streaming would be through my PC. Your favorite gaming days? Yeah. I think I have that game now, possibly. FPS drop, okay. I have one of your Monster Hunter games because my sister brought it home with her. Spear Doomer. Yeah. I've already listed 3 game modes for Kirby Air Riders. I wanted to keep talking about that. Because, yeah, there's way more to it. For instance, I don't even know, like, how much of how to describe this particular game mode, but there was apparently a game mode in the regional air ride called Top Ride. And close to the beginning of this direct, Sakura is just like, well, I'm sure you guys are wondering if we're gonna bring it back. Well, we thought that with everything else, that this would take a lot of time and it's not really worth it. They wouldn't miss it that much, right? They'd be able to deal without it. Well, we added it anyways, and so then he just reveals this game mode called Top Ride, which, yeah, like, I'm looking at it, it's just like, this doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I don't know, it's just basically like you're looking at a map, like, and you're looking at it from above. So it's now become like a 2D game instead of a 3D game. I couldn't really tell you about the controls or anything. I just thought it was funny that, like, even this game mode, he's just like, oh, they don't really need this, and no truly, it was not necessary. What is this? I don't understand. Oh. Wait, this is a level select. Wait, so... trying to go up into this, but that's not a thing, apparently. Maybe that's where the boss will be, I don't know. But anyways, but beyond that, Sakurai announced customization for the game, because something that Mario Kart has a little bit. You can put stickers on your cart or something. It's about as much as like Planet Robobot has having like stickers on your mech. Wow, cool. I don't know. I kind of prefer the keychains. I mean, they weren't customization to any extent, so there's a sort of give and take. But the keychains let you know a little bit about what characters being shown on them. The keychains were a triple deluxe thing, and in Kirby, and then Planet Robobot. Both games on the 3DS, they did away with the keychains and instead gave you stickers for your mech. And I don't know, depends on your preference, which you prefer. It's kind of like having Smash trophies. It's kind of like having trophies in every Smash game before, and then in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you instead have spirits. They can use them to attack to your fighter and change the gameplay, but you sort of lose the detail on the thing. The main difference is that I think spirits still tell you about the object, and stickers just don't. Stickers don't tell you anything about what you've actually collected. Water controls. I can just talk about other things while playing Kirby because it's just so easy. Just so dang easy. But that makes it... that's part of what I like about the game. It's just an easy breezy game. You just... it's all about having fun. There's no challenge, really. I mean, as long as you have any gamer instincts at all, then there's no challenge. And mainly if you're not that familiar with platformers, then maybe it can be a little challenged, but not. Still, it's very forgiving, so I don't know. Yeah, so there's customization. Basically, you can customize your... I didn't see what happened there. Yeah, you can customize your cart, and you can customize your riders with hats. Oh my gosh, it's TF2. I saw a lot of people commenting that on the stream. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like TF2 and TF2, what was that? What did that stand for? I'm trying to remember now. I didn't play the game, so like it's now. I remember that there was a little bit of a discussion. I have a friend who also caused Titanfall to TF2, and it's just like, no, that's illegal. That's illegal and confusing. Why would you do this? Now I'm just having a hard time remembering what the original TF2 was fully called. Why? Oops, I just came back to the top, didn't I? Okay. I can try to pay attention a little bit. Huh? Yeah. There's not much more to say about customization. You just get hats and you can customize your machines with different patterns and not sure about stickers. And you can just make them look different. This is something that people said that Sonic Cross Worlds did better than Sonic Racing Cross Worlds did better than Mario Kart, and Kirby did too. Like, I don't know, I was fully expecting Kirby to outdo even Sonic. But, you know, Sonic has the broader appeal with the IP versus Kirby. Unfortunately. But yeah, for a Kirby fan, the different riders and just get every rider being able to use copy abilities, that's insane because lore-wise that's not supposed to be a thing. And so I was just like, well, who cares about lore? We prioritize fun in this house, so every fighter can use copy abilities. He didn't actually say it like that, but anyways. What? So that creates a lot of, and also every fighter plays differently, so that creates a lot of gameplay variety, as I've already talked about. Along with the machines. It's just, and beyond that, City Trials has a bunch of different options for stadiums, and there's also events that happen over the course of the first part of City Trials. And so that creates a lot of gameplay variety as itself. There's also different game modes, like you can play time attack, you can play if you're just trying to beat a time in that one. You can also play free run in both the Air Ride and City Trial. The free ride and Air Ride, I was a little confused how it wasn't just the same as time attack. I didn't pay enough attention to determine. But free run in for City Trial looks extremely fun. You just go around this huge map, and there's an area where you can select your cart, and basically it's about as worthwhile doing it as, I imagine, Mario Kart World free roam, which is sad because that was one of the main selling points of Mario Kart World. You could get about as much worth out of just doing this one small, insignificant game mode in Kirby Air Riders. Yeah. And then there's also team battle with... I think that's probably going to cause a problem, isn't it? Oh. Nope. That was necessary. Okay. I see. See, they make this too easy. By too easy, I mean just easy enough to still be fun, but also be anything. I have no idea if you guys are hearing the like game music or not. Like the game that I'm playing. Yeah, let's see, there's a little bit more I could talk about. Another thing Kirby Air Riders has that's just neat, worth mentioning. Is it gonna be back up here? Or not? Yes. Ow! There's a better way to handle that, but okay. So Kirby Air Riders is going to have a checklist. Because basically like achievements. So it means that you can get a lot of worth out of the game just going through these achievements that tell you all these things that you can do. Oh man, I didn't make it far enough. It's not really that groundbreaking anymore. And it's a Sakurai, like, classic thing at this point. It's something that Air Ride had, and it's something that every game since Air Ride has had as well. Including Smash games and all that. Ow. No. I must get it. Ow. Yeah, so there's achievements. Cool. I mean, it's still a basic thing that Mario Kart didn't do as well. They didn't even like let you have a checklist in like the free roam, and so you have these things to do, but you can't tell how many of them you have done. You can't tell where until they added like an update kind of recently. Which crazy that it took them so long. But you know what? Whatever. Yeah. And then, towards the end of this direct, Sakurai announces this complete curveball, unnecessary thing. You can unlock gummies by playing the game. These machine gummies, and you're just listening to Sakurai talk about how you unlock these things. It's just like, okay, what is this for? What are we doing with this? And it just goes off this little mode where you're playing with the gummies. You're just throwing them around, tossing them all over the place. It's just like a sensory thing. It's just like, why? What? Excuse me? What? And that's the element of this game. We threw in these things you didn't even need. But here you go. Here you go. Here's your reward. You can unlock these gummies. Why? For this. There's probably an express purpose that was in Sakurai's mind for this. Like, to give a reward to people for playing the game, I guess. Maybe there was something that just lacked the reward for playing. And it's just like, here. Let's just make this thing specifically for that. And otherwise, it looks completely bonkers. And random. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just like, what? Like, literally on the live chat, I was just like, what's in the world? Oh, it's just funny as heck. That guy's such a little goober. It's not even like anything to like say, oh, this game is better than Mario Kart. No, just the gummies literally do not matter. They're just there. Sakurai went above and beyond. This is the beyond. It's something completely wild. It's kind of like the... I mean, this one made a little more sense, but like Donkey Kong Bonanza had a mode where you can make this sculpture thing, and you use the mouse mode. That kind of makes sense, because you have mouse mode. They wanted to let you use mouse mode. It's kind of like how DS and Wii. DS would always throw in the touchscreen controls. Wii would always throw in the motion controls when you didn't need them. Basically, this was Donkey Kong Bonanza like, well, the main game is hardly going to use mouse controls at all. Unless you have like a second player and then they're using mouse controls to shoot. But other than that, there's nothing. So what do we do? Let's just let them make art. I like that. It felt like they went above and beyond moment to me there too. Kirby Air Riders is that like times 5. We didn't need Top Ride. We didn't need customization, really. Checklist is actually arguably needed, but Mario Kart World sold without having something like that. We didn't need these freaking gummies, and we didn't need Amiibo to let you have a little player inside of it. Yep, they brought that back from Smash Bros. Ultimate. You can, if you get a Kirby Air Riders Amiibo, they can store data, you can train up this Amiibo, and you can play against it. And I think this is actually more useful in Kirby Air Riders than in Super Smash Bros. At least to me. Maybe I just learned how to play Super Smash Bros. Well enough against like a level 9 in the game. But for some reason, it feels more worthwhile to do an Amiibo in Kirby Air Riders. I don't really remember what my reasoning was entirely. I think it was something about like Well, for one thing, I wasn't as good at racing to begin with. Copy ability, room 2 unlocked. The 35 energy spheres you have collected have unlocked the door to copy ability room 2. Cool. Is that like mud? What is that? Is that sand? What is happening? Yeah, so there are the amiibo. The amiibo is the biggest, like, price issue with Kirby Air Riders, because each set, you get 2 amiibo sets, I think. 2 sets of amiibo, and they're $50. At least I think you get them paired together. I don't remember. Do you get... Yeah, I think you have to get both Kirby and Waddle-Dee. And then there's some other ones in there too. But yeah, those ones... So yeah, that's like crazy. They're not worth that. They're cool if you can afford them. And even if you can't afford them, maybe you shouldn't bother. Still, maybe someday I'll bother. Maybe. Oh no, it might be kind of cool. I'll need to make sure I get the one I want, though. Like, if they ever make a Marks one, then we'll talk. But I kind of think they're not going to. Just kind of what it sounds like. Yay! Doesn't have spear, though. So I don't know that matters. Let me just look in here, though. I think that's sand. I don't really want to test it because I want to keep spear. I like spear. I was just gonna see about that. There's mini games down below. I played them on past streams, but not going to this stream. I don't have time. I'd be lucky if I... Nope, not that. I clicked the wrong thing. Nope. Yeah, that's about all I can say about Kirby Air Riders. I'm just stoked about maybe someday getting the game. It's the first game that really gets me so excited for the Switch 2. It doesn't use mouse mode at all, by the way. As far as I know, it doesn't use mouse mode at all. I didn't need mouse mode, I guess. Like, at some point, I think they'll come out with a WarioWare that uses mouse mode. And other stuff about the Switch 2, hopefully. And that'll be cool. But until then... I don't know. What the heck is that? Oh, there's spear here, so I can see what this is. Oh! Yeah, I'll take that. Boss. Fatty Papa. This looks like a boss from Star Allies, I think. It was made out of fire or something? What the heck? I guess I'm not taking this guy seriously at all. Can't notice. Okay, I'm doing the basic maneuvers that are telegraphed to me. Ow, 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 ow. Uh-oh. Yep. Maybe I could take him a little bit more seriously. Yeah. I guess we'll focus on this game. Versus talking about Kirby Air Riders. I've basically said everything about Kirby Air Riders. It's just super hype. It has so many modes. Like, if I were to count them, it's like City Trial, Air Ride, Road Trip, because like the single player story mode. I called City Trial like a party mode. Air Ride is like a racing mode. Road Trip is like story mode or classic mode in Super Smash Bros. It's the closest you get to story in this game. And I think it does work. And you have whatever top right is. You have the little bit of gummies, if you count that. Whatever the heck that is. I guess it's a mode, technically. Then you have like the time attack free run team battle. I don't know if you count those separately, but you at least have 5. You at least have count 5. You have the 4 modes, and then you just have everything else. 5. Five different modes you can play on and Kirby Air Riders. This is going worse than the first time, I think. Uh-oh. Whoa! Yay! Got him. Boom! Oh, and I absolutely think Kirby Air Riders is more worth it than Mario Kart World. Would you rather pay $80 for a game that seems unfinished and really needs more updates? Would you like to pay $70 for a finished game with loads more content? Take your pick. If you really like Mario, then I get it. Maybe. I mean, hopefully you bought the bundle. Hopefully you bought the bundle so you get it for $50 and not $80. For crying out loud. I feel like the $80 is really going to dissuade people from buying Mario Kart World. I would not put it past parents to just get Kirby instead. Just because of the price tag. But maybe they've also heard about, maybe they've also seen a commercial that's like showing all that Kirby does. And it's just like, that sounds cool. What was Mario Kart World again? Oh, it's like open world. You have this free roam. It's a new 3D Mario game. I didn't think it would launch with the game. We had Bowser's Fury not that long ago. I mean, that kind of counts, but I get it. Honestly, it's kind of crazy Odyssey 2 never happened. I honestly would have thought that would have happened. But yeah, I think for now they're sort of biding their time with Galaxy 1 plus 2. Well, really about like Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. The Bowser's Fury part is free roam, but yeah, it was very small. It was like a small free roam area, free roam open world area. It was like one world in Mario Odyssey. It's like what the size of that game mode was, I'd say. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like 2 of the worlds. It was fun, but the kit. Certainly, I know like people who want 3D Mario. That's not really going to satisfy them. It's been a while, and it's giving them Galaxy 1 plus 2. That's games that they played before. Like, cool nostalgia, I guess. You're overpriced. You're asking for too much for them, though. Ah, yes, $40 for each of these games. Or you can get them both for $70. Yes. We already sold you Galaxy 1 with 3D All-Stars, though. By the way, if you want each for $40, you have to buy them digitally. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that Odyssey is 8 years old. I think it's made. Everything is made to feel crazier because that was all the Switch generation. The Switch itself is 8 years old. And that's crazy because we just moved on. We just moved on to the next console and it's been 8 years. And also, this console is only iterative. It's not even like a brand new console. It's just you can use better graphics and performance, I guess. Also, mouse controls. Also, the rail system, we did away with that. It kind of sucked. Sometimes magnets that we could probably have their own problems that people just haven't been talking much about. But you know, magnets. It's an improvement for sure. It's just not a $450 worth improvement. Oh, and them making the Switch 1 stuff more expensive, that was... What? What in the blazes? Nintendo saw people calling them greedy and they can't get much worse. And Nintendo said, bet. Then they said, it can't get much worse than this again. Nintendo said, bet. Then they hold a whole direct where they just dropped an announcement that's just like, wow, yes, we're rinsing you for money. You got Galaxy OnePlus 2 for $80. You got, $70. I'm trying not to do the misinformation. $70 for those two games. Unless you buy them individually, then you're getting them both digitally for $80. Don't do that. But yeah, at least you don't need to at least the people who didn't get it don't have to search down a copy of 30 All-Stars, I guess. They can just get the $70, and for them it's actually kind of worth it to get the $70 bundle for physical. You can now own 2 Mario games for the price of 2. Oh, right. Yes, you can now own 2 Mario games for the price of 1 new one. And 1 new one, which is also probably overpriced already. It's finally starting to look like the Star Cutter. If we can find these last 2 parts, the lore will be flying again in no time. Keep at it, Kirby. I believe in you. Yay. Okay, I gotta get off here soon. It's within 8 minutes. I need to leave. But yeah, this has been fun. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very much not a fan of what Nintendo's doing, and so that also leaves me conflicted with trying to get Kirby Air Riders, because Kirby Air Riders definitely looks worth it. It definitely feels like a genuine, I'm just trying to let you have fun kind of product. But it's like the exception. It's like the exception, and I hate that. It's like, on principle, I still should be avoiding Switch 2. Because this game is the exception, and everything else sucks. Like Donkey Kong Bonanza, okay. That's good. The base game. Not the DLC. If you get the DLC, it's not. Maybe if you saw the base game as $80, but... Silk Song is $20. Kirby Air Riders is $70. I don't know. I don't think Donkey Kong Bonanza plus this... nostalgic world that you have basically nothing to do in, and some small minigame mode that's like you play this same thing over and over again trying to get better, and they're just like, yeah, it plays like a, was it roguelite? Yeah, it plays like a roguelite. No, it doesn't. Roguelites change. Roguelites change the map normally. It's just the same map over and over again. It is just boring. This is just busy work. We made this game mode that's like 7 runs. It's like, no, you didn't. Salmon Run isn't a roguelite either. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. It just sounds not that fun. Maybe worth $10, but they put it with a nostalgic like map. Like, both of them could have been worth $10 really. Like, I don't know. Minigame is kind of worth $5, and the map is worth $5, $10. Cool, that'd be fine. $20. Maybe if your experience of the base game you felt was worth more than $78, then maybe you can justify a DLC like, hey, $10 of these dollars is what I should have paid on the base game. I don't know. The DLC just sort of ruined my thinking. And Kirby Air Riders makes it look Kirby Air Riders makes even Donkey Kong Bonanza look like they're trying to rinse you for money. It's so sad to me. But also Kirby Air Riders is more niche than Donkey Kong or Mario. At least Mario. Mario Kart World, they make it $80 because they can get away with it. They also will do all the crazy stuff with Pokemon because they can get away with it. They know you'll buy it anyways. And people are not proving them wrong. That's the sad part about all this. They're rinsing you for money. And people are just like, yes please. Take my money. But yeah. Oh, it's tough to be a Nintendo fan these days, but you can still be a Kirby fan. Yeah, that's alright, I guess. Kind of. You still have to get the Switch too. I'd rather, like, just buy a new 3DS. Experience the egg when Nintendo wasn't greedy as heck. They were actually kind of failing, but the 3DS was pretty good. They did overprice it at the beginning, just like they overpriced the Switch too, but everyone bought the Switch too. People didn't buy the 3DS as much. If only people had held some restraint to Switch 2, maybe we could have had a 3DS situation again. But there is no way. It is selling for the price. There's no stopping it. There's no stopping the Switch 2. I am thinking that the holiday sales might be disappointing. I'm kind of hoping for that, but also not. I don't know. I don't really want Nintendo to fail, but I think I'm hoping that the holiday sales are less than expectations. Because less than expectations is still a lot. It will still sell a lot. I just want it to be less than Nintendo expected. Especially on the games. I think the games might actually be. Yeah, they need to get knocked. They need to get humbled. That's what I want. I want them to get humbled so that maybe they can start being a bit more reasonable. Oh yeah, Power World, that situation is... That's a whole can of worms. I'll be honest. At the beginning, I wasn't crazy about Power World. Still not crazy about Power World. They were playing with fire, for sure. The thing is, Nintendo took a backdoor to attack them. And like, that backdoor is just twisted. It makes them look really bad. Of course people are using that against them. Yes, the Power World's designs they just look too much like Pokemon, but apparently they were different enough that Nintendo didn't feel safe going after them for copyright infringement. So instead, we're going to throw these patents at you, and we're going to make, and that's going to make people think, oh, shoot, you were patenting all these game mechanics? Are you going to attack me too? No. I don't think Nintendo is going to do that. I genuinely think Nintendo is frustrated with Power World about the designs. And they're so petty that they knew they couldn't get you on those designs. So they're going to go after the patents instead. The patents, which, like, the only way it's... People are saying that, like, it's a cultural thing. They have to patent it so that some other person doesn't patent it and bully them. Whatever. Fine. But that's only okay if you don't sue people with those patents. Then you are the bullies. And that's what Nintendo is. They're being bullies. Like, if they tried to copyright, fine. Maybe they would have lost. Maybe they knew they would have lost. And that's why they closed this back door that's safer. But it's still hoping they lose. It just sucks. Like, it's a whole can of worms. But overall, even I know, not being a fan of Power World's playing with fire, even I know Nintendo winning this lawsuit could be devastating for the gaming industry. Maybe Nintendo won't do something like it that much. Like, maybe Nintendo won't, like, start going after a bunch of people with their patents. But I think other gaming publishers might get some ideas. And I don't like that. So I really hope Nintendo does not succeed in being bullies. Please. For the love of all things holy. But yeah, that's all I've got for today. It is now 10:31, and yeah. We played through a world of Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I talked about Kirby Air Riders. Its hype switched to itself still isn't. I don't know. You get GameCube games if you have the expansion pass, which I do, but only because someone else pays for a family plan and I'm just tagging along with them. If they didn't do that, then I probably wouldn't have the expansion pass. The NSO expansion pass, whatever thing. So yeah, for me, I can get GameCube when I get it, but still, I'm just like, no. And I can also get the Breath of the Wild. No, not. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, I think. Switch to editions. With the expansion pass. I guess. It only matters if you get the expansion pass. If you don't have the expansion pass already, then Switch 2 doesn't really... It's just not worth it. But the expansion pass is $50. I'm just not the one paying it. So it doesn't register with me, but if I was the one paying it, then it would register with me. And Switch 2 would not be in consideration at all. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I've got for today. I'll see you guys next week. And, I think I had already made plans. I think I'm gonna be returning to Silk Song and going to be playing Mario Galaxy. Actually, I think I did say that. I did share that in the schedules, didn't I? Yeah. That's the plan. Yeah, for now, have a good night, and I will see you guys next week for my next stream where I play, like, Nintendo. Well, I play Mario Galaxy on 3D All-Stars, not the Galaxy on that they just came out with. Because I fell for their crap. With the 3D All-Stars being limited edition and all that. Yeah, they definitely did that with this Mario Galaxy in mind. See ya.